Hey there, viewers, and welcome back. You're watching Get Well, Stay Well. We're live, we're interactive, and the next half an hour is dedicated to your emails and your text messages. So please do feel free to send us in an email, live@revelationtv.com, and we'll read it out on air. We'll ask our lovely Felicity if she can answer them for us.
Absolutely. I want to start off with asking Mrs. Conti to contact me again, Ibu Nolawa Conti, who sent me a lovely email, very kind. And when I tried to reply, funny enough, it bounces back. So I do want to get in touch with you. So please write again with a clear email, because it came through a PayPal. And you assume that that's going to be the right email, but anyway, it did bounce back.
Okay.
So love to chat with you. Thank you.
Excellent, fantastic, Felicity. I'm just going to go through some of the emails that we've just got coming in now. Can you please tell me, what do I do apart from not eating sugar if I have candida overgrowth? And that's from Evie.
Okay. Yes. Well, that's a tough thing to get over, because candida just loves to grow. It's a fungus that grows in the body. So you want to come off all the processed foods as well, obviously anything with sugar in it. And you want to really detox the body. So get into the colonics, get into the foot baths if you can get one of those as well. But the colonic bag is cheaper and lasts a lifetime and has a more thorough cleanse, obviously. So, but you've got to be really, really strict and use the vegetable juices more than the fruit juices, because of course they've got a bit of sugar in them. Okay, I hope that works for you, Evie.
Okay, this one's from Debbie in London. Hi, Si and Felicity. Please can you advise? I'm taking medication for high blood pressure and have recently been told by my doctors that I need to go on medication for underactive thyroid. They have given me 3 months to take to make the decision. I have been listening to John Bergman, and he said an underactive thyroid can cause high blood pressure.
Well, the thing is, you've got to go and see someone yourself, because we can't diagnose and we can't really help from sitting on a sofa in Spain. This is a technical thing where you have to really go and have your checks done by someone who knows what they're doing. John Bergman is getting thousands of people well, and you will be able to do that, but you've got to be monitored by someone right there where you are. So I hope it works. Yeah.
Good morning and blessings to you both. Thank you for the Phil Driscoll song, which brought back so many memories. Please could Felicity advise any help for my niece who has just been diagnosed with leukemia?
Oh my goodness.
She has had her first chemotherapy, as the doctors have prescribed a long course. As a cancer survivor, I have advised all of the information Felicity advises, but I'm in the dark about this particular form of disease. God bless, and that's from Jane.
Okay, Jane. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. And email me, and then we can get into it a bit deeper, perhaps. But it is difficult to make the decision, because people are frightened and they go for what the doctors tell them to do, obviously. I would suggest that you really educate yourself on this. Look at the Oasis of Hope, look at the Gerson therapy, and then talk to your niece and see what she wants to do. I don't know how old she is, but it's very, very sad when someone young is suffering from leukemia like this, or lymphoma, as my own daughter did. But anyway, education is the key. Yeah.
Okay. Satinder's written in to us to say, hello, my lovely brother and sister in Christ. Thank you so much for your knowledge and your program. I've been taking steps to help me with low moods. I take niacin every day. I take spinach and kale. I take my vitamin D. I don't have my phone near me when I go to bed. My headaches have reduced considerably.
Oh, good.
Please, can I ask, what is bentonite clay?
Okay.
May the Lord bless you. I mean, at the beginning of the email there, Satinder, it's like you're the ideal viewer. You're taking all the advice.
Well, Satinder, I'm glad that you're finding some relief with all these things. That's really great. It's always lovely to hear from you. The bentonite clay is a good way of cleansing the body. You can either drink it, you can put it on the skin as well, and it does draw out a lot of problems, a lot of the heavy metals, the radiation as well. So people actually have baths that they put the bentonite clay into as well. Especially people working in the studio here should actually really detox, and it's a good idea to have a bentonite clay bath maybe every week, just to get the electromagnetic radiation out of the body. It's usually done with face masks. It's done with swallowing the clay as well, because as it goes through the digestive tract, it tends to absorb all these nasty heavy metals, and then they pass out of the body. So yeah, great thing to do, and Satinda's been under a lot of pressure, so she needs to do all these things, put them all together. I think it's when we do everything synergistically, you know, and get some exercise, get some fresh air, get the children out on the, you know, on the walks and things that she can do as well. And gradually, like Phil Driscoll, you'll get raised up.
That's it.
We did, yeah.
There you go. This one's from Margaret saying, "Hi, Si and Felicity. I was diagnosed with bronchitis, which means I have enlarged airway because of my recurrent chest infections. Can you suggest what could be done to improve this condition, as I've been told that there is no cure?"
Well, you know, you can always get this better, and the thing is, you've got to detox. You've got to do a lot of wheatgrass, because interestingly, wheatgrass is one of the few things that will heal lesions in the lungs. Another thing I would suggest is the nebulizer. You can buy a nebulizer, and you can start inhaling with colloidal silver and with other things that will heal the lungs. So again, email me and we'll go into it.
Margaret also continues to say, "I've been juicing and eating more vegetables," which is fantastic. Can you also please advise what is the best way to deal with a heat rash?
Well, the heat rash is always toxicity in the body trying to get out, not getting out through the usual channels, so it comes out through the skin. And I don't know if you're taking sodium bicarbonate every day, but you know, half a teaspoon or maybe even a teaspoon of that stirred into water will alkalize the body and will calm things down quite a lot. And then our old friend coconut oil, of course, is anti-inflammatory and great for the skin. So you could have a go with that.
Let's just talk a little bit about coconut oil, because there are so many benefits of coconut oil, aren't there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can take it, you can drink it, you can oil swill with it as well. And you can also put it on the skin. So it's a wonderful thing. It's anti-inflammatory, it's antiviral, it's antifungal, it's antibacterial. So yeah, I gave great presents to all my family with coconut oil. And of course in Jersey it's cold because it's in a solid white.
Yeah.
A white substance.
How do you store coconut oil, Felicity?
Well, you can just put it in the cupboard. It doesn't matter. When it gets to 26 degrees, because I've measured this here in Spain, it then liquefies.
Yeah.
And but people are using it for the oil pulling and getting rid of sinus, getting rid of all kinds of ear infections, because you see it affects ear, nose, and throat inside with the eustachian tube. So it really is great. And,
more importantly, people are using it on their body as well for, as an alternative to body creams and facial creams as well, because some of the facial creams out there, funny enough, this weekend one of my friends, she had bought a new facial cream. She paid quite a lot of money for it, and it just had caused a rash all over her face.
There you go. Not worth it.
So it's not about how much money you spend on something, but it's something as simple as coconut oil would have done the trick.
Absolutely. I've got an email here from Brenda. Hello, Brenda. And she says, "I have a NutriBullet liquidizer which came with explanatory booklets and recipes, but I was wondering if you have any recipes that you find beneficial and tasty. I've also bought powdered wheatgrass, and I'm wondering how you make it into a drink." Okay, so I would say with the recipes, one of my favorite things with the little NutriBullet is to add an avocado to the greens. So you see the NutriBullet will actually blend. It's a blender, not a juicer. And you can make your juices and your drink even more creamy by putting the flesh of an avocado into the NutriBullet. So that's lovely. I would put cucumber, I would put avocado and wheatgrass. blend it all up, and it makes the most delicious, healthy green drink. Now, as to the wheatgrass, you mix it in a bottle of water. So what I would take is one of the little, maybe third of a pint bottle of water, and then to get the wheatgrass powder in, you can slip a clean knife into the wheatgrass and balance the wheatgrass powder on top, and then very gently put that into the neck of the bottle, cap it, and shake it up, and you will get your beautifully blended wheatgrass drink. So that's the best way to do it. Excellent. You can also buy the trays of wheatgrass, which you can then juice yourself. But, and you can buy it frozen as well, so there's lots of different ways.
Excellent. Well, viewers, we are live, we're interactive, we're taking your emails, your text messages, so feel encouraged. Email us live@revelationtv.com and we'll just read them out on air. Just another email's coming in. Felicity is, hi there, can you please tell me about hay fever? What can I do about hay fever? That's from Carol.
Okay, well, the hay fever, we've just talked about not being so allergic this year, because although the blossom is really prolific this year, I haven't had the hay fever, and it's because I've detoxed the body. So when you do detox, when you do the oil pulling, which of course will detox ear, nose and throat, and when you build up your immune system with the green juices, you will find you won't have the hay fever anymore, which is such a relief to so many people. Yeah. Okay,
fantastic. This one's from Bernie in Ireland. Hi Felicity, can you recommend something for my lungs, as my doctor said I'm badly inflamed, but gave me some Notin for it. I'm in agony every single day. Thank you. And that's from Bernie in Ireland.
Oh, poor Bernie. Well, definitely. I was talking about the wheatgrass earlier for the lungs, and definitely that's a really good thing to do. Also with the nebulizer and the colloidal silver, and with other soothing things that you can put in for inhaling. Cinnamon, clove and thyme is very good to inhale as well. That's a good old-fashioned remedy. And basically get into some fresh air if you can, and not damp air, because the damp, when it's been raining a lot, does aggravate the lungs terribly. So if you can really inhale, take your wheatgrass, you will find some relief. And basically build the immune system. You know, it always comes back to the immune system. And as you build the immune system up with the juices, with the colonics, you will find that the body will gradually heal. But the lungs take quite a long time. And if people have smoked, of course, in the past, or been subjected to secondhand smoke, then of course we do get our lungs damaged. And that's why I won't sit near anybody in a restaurant outside, because now people are smoking outside in a restaurant, which is horrible. Yeah. You know, I was having lunch with my lovely friends who came over for the Get Well course last week. Yeah. Sat in a beautiful restaurant in Jersey overlooking the water on a beautiful bay called Archirondelle, which is so beautiful. And two people came and smoked at the table next door. I couldn't believe it. We had to just move, we had to move away. But people are very thoughtless, and it's crazy to be smoking. We know how damaging it is. When you see these pictures of lungs, you know, taken out after people have died, and they're black with most disgusting smoke. So it's a crazy thing to do.
Okay, well, let's go on to our next clip that we have prepared. This is with Mark Hyman, and he's talking how the type 2 diabetes and obesity is reversible. Let's take a look at this.
Just another symptom, right? It can be caused by low thyroid, by food allergies, by low vitamin D, by taking too much acid blocking medication that causes B12 deficiency, be caused by eating too much mercury containing fish like tuna, or hating fish, which causes omega-3 fat deficiencies, and it can be caused by eating too many Cinnabons, which cause prediabetes, which is a known cause of depression. So fixing this will fix depression in people who have that as a cause.
Okay, and it's people could follow it. The average person can follow it.
Yes, it's very simple. Clearly steps outlined. It's something you can do at home. You know, I always say that food is medicine. It's not like medicine, it is medicine.
Food is medicine.
Yes, and the most powerful thing you're going to have to cure your illness is not what you find at the bottom of a pill bottle. It's what you find at the end of your fork.
Okay.
Dinner is a date with the doctor. Remember that. You can heal with meals.
Okay. Now you said I think I heard you say this on TED or something, that the pharmacies of the future are the grocery stores.
That's
Did
right.
you say something like
that's
that?
right. You know, when I go shopping for my drugs, I go to the grocery store. I go to the supermarket. And I look at vegetables and fruits and plant foods that are in the grocery store as my medicine. And I think, okay, what drugs do I need today? I'm going to take some broccoli, which has things that can help me detox. I'm going to have some curcumin. I'm going to make a curry tonight because that's an anti-inflammatory. I'm going to take things that help me balance my blood sugar, like cinnamon or other things. So I think about all the medicinal properties in foods that nobody's really thinking about and how we can use food as medicine.
But the poor people in this country don't have access to this kind of food sometimes.
That's right.
So, and they're getting the type 2 diabetes. I mean, you see 11, 12, 13-year-old girls built like 50-year-old women, or 70-year-old women that are out of shape.
That's right.
So what's the solution there? What do you do there?
It's
Could
a huge
this book
problem.
help those people?
Absolutely. I mean, you're seeing 1,000% increase in type 2 diabetes in children. We used to call it adult onset diabetes. We can't call it that anymore because kids 7 years old get it. Now, this problem is because of food deserts, because people can't walk 5 miles and find a vegetable. That's got to change, and that is changing slowly. There are things happening where people can start to get access to real food.
But what if somebody says, and you must hear this from patients, because you know, even knowing that you're going to come on the show, people that are headed toward type 2 diabetes, they said, but you know, I don't want to live a boring life. I don't want to have to eat like that. Okay?
Yeah. Well,
no fun at all.
The problem is
how do you help
we
that
define
person?
fun.
Okay.
If you define fun as feeling like crap all the time, go for it. But most people are actually addicted to industrial food. This combinations of salt, fat, and sugar, the way they're designed and put into processed and junk foods and fast food, actually causes biological addiction. And if you study this in humans and animals, if you take a rat and you put them between cocaine and sugar, they're always going to go for the sugar. If you look at what parts of the brain light up in people who are junk food and processed food addicts, it's the same thing as heroin or cocaine. And we know how to turn those things off. That's what I talk about in the blood sugar solution. And those are things that are driving this epidemic.
So you can get people to not crave sugar.
Absolutely. I mean,
is that
let me tell you, the food industry has hijacked our taste buds. They have hijacked our taste buds and our kitchens, and we think we like this food. But let me tell you something. If you get off it for a while and you begin to taste what real food tastes like, it tastes way better than that stuff you get in boxes.
Hi viewers, welcome back. It's so interesting when we talk about how our taste buds are and how we enjoy the certain types of food that we enjoy. And when we've been used to eating the wrong foods and the meat and the dairy, and you think you're going to have a lovely meal, you think of it, you're going to have a steak or you're going to have some chips or potatoes or fried food. And that's how mentally we've been trained from such a young age. Whereas now when you start to transform your diet and you're changing it, now you're getting into things like broccoli and things that maybe don't sound interesting to some people, but when you actually get into it, you can make it delicious, can't you?
Well, I think it's a matter of education. You have to learn what foods are going to do in your body. So when you go and train, you understand, you look at a plate of, say, steak and chips, as you just mentioned. When you realize exactly what that's going to do to your body, you really don't want to do that. You want to look at a plate and think, this is really going to feed me, this is really going to nourish my cells and make me fitter and out of pain, which is a wonderful thing. And so really important to understand what the foods do in the body. And really that's a matter of education.
Okay, I just want to read an email that's just come in here. This one's from, doesn't actually say, Israel Bushi, friend of Cyril Smith.
Okay.
So our lovely Cyril from Revelation TV. She said, thanks Sisters Felicity and Cyrus. You are my heroes. I've just stopped my diabetic type 2 medication. My blood sugar is now under control and so is the cholesterol.
Hallelujah.
She lost her sister in 2009 from breast cancer in India. And it's something that it's like a wake-up call, isn't it, Felicity?
Absolutely.
When you have a member of your friends, your family, your loved one who has passed away, that is a wake-up call for us to say, what do we do now? And sadly, maybe there are so many people that have that wake-up call, but they simply are not directed. They're not aware of what to do next. They say, what do I do? So then maybe they go to their doctor and the doctor prescribes them medication and things like that, and they don't know. Maybe if they had the natural way, that might improve their...
Absolutely right. And I've got one here from Gifty. That's a lovely name, Gifty. She says, I've been watching your programs on Revelation TV and it's so helpful to me. I'm 56-year-old. I have this problem, bloating stomach, bad breath, and loss of hair. So she's coming on the Get Well, Stay Well course, and she is actually improving all three of those things with the green juices, with the elimination. You know, the wheatgrass completely deodorizes the body, so she will find that the body odor goes. And the wheatgrass also makes luxuriant hair grow, so that's going to be fun, Gifty, and we want some photographs afterwards. She also says she has labyrinthitis and vestibular neuritis, which is to do with the ear, and she'd had ear syringes done, but she found that just made it produce more wax and it very itchy. And the thing is, if people will do that beautiful oil pulling we've just been talking about, they will actually stop the problem at the cause, at the root cause. So she says, I would be grateful if you can email me some diet recipes and advise what will be helpful for me. Well, again, we go back to the juices, we go back to the simple foods that I've got in my little recipe book. Thank God for giving such advice of benefit for millions of viewers and their families around the world. God bless you and your family. So thank you, Gifty.
Lovely.
That's really nice.
Excellent.
And makes it all worthwhile.
I've got an email here from Iwona. I just want to remind our viewers that we're live, we're interactive. We're taking your text messages and your emails, so please do feel encouraged and send in your questions. Iwona's asking about organic. Can we use any organic coffee for the enema, or is there a special one?
Well, you want it quite a strong roast, medium roast, and it must be organic, yes, certainly. And you can see lots of YouTubes if you go on Gerson, the Gerson Therapy YouTubes, and you'll see exactly how to put it together.
Okay, Patricia's asking, good afternoon, dear friends. Loving this show, so much dietary knowledge. Could you please advise me how to treat a large fibroid, size of a large melon?
Oh, wow, well, that's built up really big. Again, if you're vegan, you won't produce such fibroids. So I do tell all the women to become vegetarian and possibly vegan if they can do that as well. I'm mainly vegan now, but I do have some other vegetarian things. But if it's that large, maybe you need to have that removed, and then you go on the Get Well, Stay Well program and ensure that you don't make any more. That's the great thing.
Brian has sent us an email saying cancer marker PSA is reduced by 50% using stem cell therapy. He says, I'm really amazed at the results after only 3 weeks. It's not expensive and it's also good for MS. Now 50% of my diet is juicing and the rest is cooked. How can I make the transition to raw food? Somehow I lack the motivation. I can't understand why.
Oh, well, well done, Brian. I'm just so thrilled to hear that good news. 50% down on his PSA. Amazing. The cancer markers are down. 50%, that's just huge, and all in 3 weeks. So wonderful news, and absolutely delighted about that. So you're already moving towards, you know, this is a journey. You're moving towards the raw foods, and you know, apples, avocados. It's a delicious diet, and just gradually move there. But obviously, having cut out the meat and dairy and sugar, you're doing really well. So I'm delighted to hear that great report, Brian. God bless you.
Okay, Felicity, we've just got final minute or so of the show left. Just give us your words of inspiration. We would want to inspire our viewers today. What would you say? Well,
I find it an inspiration that, you know, people are getting well. This is the great thing. We just heard a great testimony there. I love to hear these testimonies, so please send them in to me, and we can certainly talk about them and inspire other people, because that is the great inspiration. I got well myself in 2003. I did it this way. I know it's tried and trusted. It's supported by doctors. Everything I say is supported by medical doctors. Exactly. And so it's been really great to have Dr. Veronique on today as well. And that's the testimony.
Felicity, we have come towards the end of today's programme as always. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you to our viewers. You do drive the email section of the show and do feel encouraged. Join us every single week on Revelation TV, where we're live, we're interactive. We're here to take your text messages, your emails, and also your testimonies. If our programme is changing your life in any way, please do let us know and get in contact with us. Thanks so much, viewers. If you want to watch today's programme again, it's on our website, revelationtv.com. Have an amazing day and take care, and God bless. Keep smiling. Bye.